slick with words, don't hate me, son. Feel me, but it can't be done.
Okay. So today there's gonna be another entry for this channel. To practically and have a little bit more privacy, because I do believe we still have neighbors over right now as it is. So we've been assigned homework that for this homework we basically have to make rough drafts for a place that we're going to be making a research paper on to basically present and get criticism on. And my place, my location here located in Oregon, is the Hoyt Arboretorium. Originally, this was my first page, right? To what we have to deal with is obviously you want to have the map, which is the one that has the M, and you want to have like around 7 to 10 images. You want to have the actual Hoyt Arboretorium thing, and then you want to have a bullet list of facts and stuff, as well as a paragraph that you're going to be writing. And originally, I was able to do, what is that, 18 of these guys, right? So the first batch was more so fixated on really experimenting, right? And then I have a buddy of mine that kind of taught me about reading, taking a break from reading, and then reading again as a process to consume an advertisement, which I never really thought of, right? As of late. And so upon hearing that, I started applying it a little bit more, to where I would break it off a little bit more, but then upon getting some feedback from my professor, Dale, those 18 right here came down to another batch of 6, right? It's images, image, map, paragraph, bullet list, Hoyt Arboretorium, and then this one is images, paragraph, bullet, Hoyt, map, big image, and then this one right here is the more so trickier one, right? I made use of that white space and really yelled at you. Big image, 6 images right there, which fills in for my 7. Then you have your map, which is just right here. Paragraph, bullet, Hoyt Arboretorium, which, if I'm being honest, I'm leaning more towards wanting to do either that version or this one right here, which is just a simply same version of it, but just slightly altered to where instead of having paragraph at the bottom and then the bullet list on top, you have paragraph right next to it with the bullet list. And then we come here and we have this version, which was not liked very much, and I didn't really like it, but it was more so experimenting with those three marked ideas that my professor Dale told me about. And then from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So right there we have what, 24, 6, 12, 18, 24, 24 thumbnails, which I'm gonna do one final thumbnail, which is gonna be a mixture of these two right here, mixing both of these two and getting the finalized project. It's first week of school, and I've also picked up 2 books to continue in studying, right? To where for one, I've looked into jewelry, and I kind of want to start getting my hand in the process of crafting and learning about it, because there's a place out here in Oregon called Lake Oswego Jewelry, which has caught my eye, if I'm being all honest. The pricing to play around with to get the initial idea isn't exactly the most inexpensive, but it's also the most accessible with checks and time, right? Around $1,500 from this place, Lake Oswego Jewelers, right? If I come in with an idea, it allows me to basically tell them and show them, like, hey, my God, hey, I have this right here. What are the chances of you guys helping me and make this happen? Which I like. This being one of the books that I picked up as well to learn a little bit more. And this being kind of the idea as to how it is that I'm kickstarting this, not obsession, but this interest now in jewelry. So far for the second week of school, we're looking pretty solid. We're looking studious, very mysterious, because we're engaging in this stuff, and it's kind of reminding me the obsession that I once, not exactly the obsession, because when I first started it was more so like I would do it to do it, but now I'm especially paying attention to the process, like genuinely like whoa, taking in everything that's being told to me. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, in the past I could tell you the process of going about this to then focusing on these three, and then taking those three and making an additional 2 and 2 and 2, an additional 6, to now finalizing and making a final 1 out of the 2 to get that final, okay, this is my draft for what I'm gonna roll with. It's just like I was a good student in the past, but not to this extent, to where I feel if you had me in the past in 2022 versus me in 2025, I smoked myself, because the obsession and the want to like genuinely take in the skill and like plug myself into like my peers' view of how it is they think, and why it is that my teacher says, why are you doing this? Doing it because I thought it was smart. From my perspective, well, why are you doing it? It's like, well, I don't know. Nevertheless, Angie's still in good health. You can see, Angie. And I've yet to hear back from my Cayenne PC. Cleaned up the room a little bit to where things are a little bit organized, but if an earthquake pops off very clearly, very easily, you could tell. Either I'd wake up or I wouldn't, because a bunch of books would fall on my head. Projection of how everything is moving and rolling in terms of the school year so far, I'm very happy with. I'm very pleased, because for one, like, there's motivation, there's reason to want to, dive into it, because I'm more so invested, because now there's a big reason above me as to why I want to do it, and because the act of creating for me is very much something I'm deeply appreciative of. To take something like this and to be able to take, ooh, let's take this, what would that look like? No, that doesn't work. Okay, maybe let's try this guy, put that right next to it. Okay, that works a little bit better. What if we put this guy next to it? Okay, it's starting to work. Maybe not like that, but what if we do this instead? The constant reconstruction and recycling and trashing and going about stuff like that kind of gives you like a freedom of like, ooh, And for starters, it's just like, I'm not exactly the happiest as much as I used to be at my current job. So that's kind of reason and motivation for me to be like, bro, full throttle. There's always been that interest, given that I've read Virgil Abloh's book Icons, and then Pharrell Williams' Carbon, Pressure, and Time, where upon reading that I was like, I don't fucking get it. But now that I reread it, it's like, it makes more sense. Watching certain documentaries and doing all this kind of stuff, it's just like, bro. So this is kind of like the starter intro to still the second season, but yeah, to kind of get myself up and going so I can edit this video, edit a short that I want to make a reel for some buddies, Chim and Jerry, get started on this homework and listen to music, because the setup now is looking amazing, to where you have the PC here, keyboard, all this other stuff for writing utensils, light, obviously painting, Tyler Pensy, laptop, first monitor, and second monitor right there. And then the speakers are just down there. So far, we've already been introduced to our problem for the school term. To our problem is going to be advertising for tourists for the Hoyt Arboretum. And I don't think it's going to be very difficult, but it's more so a matter of, for me, I think, will be how do I practically make it to where I can do the job, use the tools without becoming a tool myself. Like, how can I separate myself from that process, still be the creative while still being able to do everything, if that makes sense. Anyways, quick short little entry, 13 minutes going, quick easy edit. I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip side. Today it's currently 5:41. I got home not too long ago, closer to like 5-ish. October 1st, Wednesday. So we got 3 more months left within this year. Angie's still alive. I'm alive. I uploaded, so I'm not dead yet. And yeah. Other than that, I want to show you guys one more thing. This is currently the book that I'm reading that I've seen pop up a lot on my feed. I've been interested in reading it, and I've been wanting to read it, and I finally got a hold of it for the sleek price of $25.95 with a discount at Barnes & Noble for like $22, $23. And it is Christian B. Miller, How Good Are We? The character gap. I read that backwards intentionally. So when you look at it, you like, you stupid bastard, you cannot read, can you? This year so far, I'm at like what? Page 48. And it's been interesting. Obviously the main grabber of this book in terms of visuals is you got Gandhi here, blue, and then it drops down to closer to red, and you got Adolf Hitler. Like, okay. Which is what initially hooked me, which is okay. I literally know nothing because I don't even read the back of the books when I pick up these books. More so like, okay, boom, read it. Good book, bad book, oh well. My reading process and how I go about stuff. Angie, curious, looking at something, but peace.